We were on a long journey from the state of Yucatan with the aim of reaching San Luis Potosi, a state yet to be discovered which offered us cooler climates. We passed through one of our favourite states, Hidalgo, which on this stretch reminded us of Switzerland, and descended into the jungle again. The cooler climates would have to wait for now, for San Luis Potosi does have its lower, hot and humid region, which we visited first. Time for a refreshing cold beer, some meat gorditas and some fish. We spent 2 nights on this beautiful lychee plantation near Xilitla, which was situated directly on this breathtaking turquoise river, one of many to see in San Luis Potosi. First up was the Edward James Sculpture Park, otherwise known as Las Pozas. Las Pozas was once home to eccentric surrealist Edward James, who moved to Xilitla in 1947 and began developing a fantasy world full of random concrete sculptures, right in the middle of 20 acres of jungle. His sculptures, most of which are left incomplete, were very random. We had a guide and walked through this fantasy world, visiting creations with titles like a spiralling staircase that winds up to nothing and a house with 3 stories that might be 5. It was definitely a different Mexican experience, but one that the Potosinos are very proud of. It was getting hot and sticky again, and it was definitely time to cool off at a nearby river. And with so much water around, it's no wonder the Potosinos created a car wash in this river. You've got to love their resourcefulness. It was time for us to hop on a boat and visit the Cascada de Tamul, one of the most spectacular waterfalls we've ever seen. Come along with us as we paddle upstream. The adventures that morning didn't stop there either. Our boat excursion had us stopping off at a cave on the way back, taking a most rewarding plunge into a cenote. We had this magical cavern all to ourselves. If you are ever in the area, then do make sure you book this adventure. It's definitely one we won't forget. Despite all these refreshing dips, it was definitely time to step out into the cooler air, so we drove out west. But what's this fella doing? He's repairing the road with his own shovel, making a buck. Not that uncommon to see in Mexico. We continued our drive and reached our destination at El Faro de Peter in Mexquitic de Carmon, a pueblo located on a lake 30 minutes north of capital San Luis Potosi.
What's different today? Yeah, you've guessed it. I'm wearing a little light jacket in the morning. So we've finally left after 2 months, the hot and humid parts of Mexico, and we're now in San Luis Potosi, an elevation of about 2,000 meters above sea level. And it's beautiful. Enjoying my hot coffee.
So, our first breakfast in Desert Paradise, San Luis Potosi.
Machst du's eigentlich?
Getting up to normal tricks.
Yeah.
French omelette.
French omelette today with a little bit of bacon.
Yes.
See, it's already warm here. Beautiful. No need to be 40 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning. No. 20 at 10 o'clock is fine. I'm ready now to hit the town, go and wash the truck, vacuum, clean everything, and get some oil. On the ramps. Drain, pan, my last filter. They don't sell filters here for this vehicle in Mexico, so yeah, let's see where we get the next filter from. Now we're getting the fuel filter out. Fuel filter's right down there. Yep, and I got my special tool here. Yep. Trusted, no-name brand, regular oil. Putting the new filter in. Okay, new filter, diesel filter, that is. Putting it in place here after we flushed. We're done. Serviced the truck, oil change, fuel filter changed, and cleaned the air filter. It's gonna dry now, and I'm gonna have a beer and put a burger on the grill. Raul takes us on his hovercraft today. Exciting day. Let's get going.
On the other side of the lake was a zoo, which we took time out to visit. It wasn't all work, work, work during our 2 weeks with Pedro.
Muchas gracias. Gracias.
Pedro and his wife Susan also took us out to an awesome steakhouse, and on the Sunday graciously invited us to join in with them on their traditional family gathering.
That's cool. See? We've now arrived in the historic center of San Luis Potosi. Just parked up here in Estacionamiento and gonna check out the town.
We are just sitting by the Plaza del Carmen. The Templo del Carmen is right there. There is a museum over here that's to do with masks. I'm quite interested in seeing that, like for carnivals and things. Okay, we have 2 beef steaks, pastor, which is pork, and tucked in here is famous barbacoa, which is sheep. We're gonna find a piece of chocolate cake.
And a coffee. Yeah, this seems to be the
Sweet tooth aisle.
Yeah, the sweet tooth aisle.
Got it. Chocolate cake.
Yes.
Is that nice? You're being a lady.
So we're back from San Luis Potosi. City tour, shopping and everything, and now we're in back in Mexquitic, or however it's pronounced. And we went up to the statue.
Yeah.
Soldier Damian.
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 There's no explanation here. We're gonna have to Google what he's all about. He kind of looks like a soldier with a backpack. Maybe he's a miner because they did like silver and gold mines. Perfect view. We can see a lot of the hot spots we've been to already, like our campsite over there with the lighthouse. On the other side of the lake, we've got the zoo, which we went to on Monday.
All right, after almost 2 weeks, we're leaving El Faro de Peter. It was wonderful. We got everything done, serviced the truck and the camper. Met Pedro's wonderful family and had a lot of fun sightseeing around Mexquitic and San Luis. And here we are,
Yes,
heading north to Real de 14.
But we had to, of course, pick up some of that delicious chicharron, which we fell in love with, as we did too with the entire state of San Luis Potosi.